Welcome to the DeerBusters.com deer fence installation video. With this video, we hope to show you how easy it is to install the deer fence you have purchased. We'll begin by showing you how to install an end post. This is just an example. We'll move to where the fence will actually be later. Using a post hole digger, make a hole that is about 3 feet deep. You can adjust the hole as necessary for the proper height of your fencing. Place your end post in the hole, making sure that it is straight. We recommend filling the hole with quick drying concrete if the fence is a permanent fixture, but you can also fill the hole with dirt and tamp it down. Next, we'll show you how to properly brace your corner and end systems. If you're using 7.5 or 8 foot fencing, there's a 2-foot extension that you need to install on top of your end post to make up for the height lost in installation. Secure this extension with the self-tapping screws you were given. The brace post is used to further secure the end and corner systems. First, you must install the brace cup that the brace post fits into. Measure and mark 12 inches from the top of the end post. Slip the brace band over the post and onto the 12-inch mark. Placing the brace cup in the band, position the cup so that the brace post will be just inside the fence line. Using the nuts, bolts, and washers provided, secure the brace cup into position. If you are constructing a corner system, you will need to install 2 brace cups. After you've installed the first cup, install the second on top in a 90-degree angle to the other brace cup. After your brace cups are installed, you'll want to determine where to dig the hole to secure the brace post. Place the post in the brace cup at a 45-degree angle from the end or corner post and just inside the fence line. At the point where the post meets the ground, you'll want to dig a hole that's about 1 foot deep. You can either cement the post in place or you can use a dead man. A dead man is a brace that's put in the ground to keep the brace post in position. You can use a cinder block or a large sturdy piece of wood, which is what we're using. After you've angled the dead man to the proper position, fill the hole back up with dirt and tamp it down. If you are making a corner system, you'll repeat the process on the other side of the post. Your end and corner systems are now complete. Installing monofilament wire gives you a guideline for installing your fence posts in a straight line. It also keeps your deer fence from sagging in between posts. Begin by feeding the end of the monofilament through one side of the connection sleeve. Loop the monofilament around the post and feed the end into the other side of the connection sleeve. Push the sleeve so it's as close to the post as possible, and make sure that it's as close to the bottom of the post as possible. Then, using the crimping tool, crimp the sleeve so the monofilament wire is secure. Trim any excess wire. Crisscross self-locking ties around the wire and use a tie puller and cutter tool to tighten the ties and trim the excess plastic. Unroll the wire to the other end. After making the wire as taut as possible between the posts, cut the wire with enough excess that you can wrap the wire around the post and secure it with a connection sleeve. Again, string the monofilament through the connection sleeve, loop it around the post, and string it through the other side of the sleeve. Push the sleeve close to the post and crimp the sleeve in place. Crisscross self-locking ties around the wire. You want your monofilament to be as tight as it possibly can, so we recommend using a round wire tightener. Place the wire in the middle of the tightener. Insert the tightening tool in the large hole on the wire tightener and turn it clockwise to tighten the wire until it won't turn anymore. The metal piece of the tightener is meant to keep the monofilament from unraveling. This means that the piece has to go in the holes that will be right above the wire on one side and right below the wire on the opposite side. Make sure the metal piece goes through the holes on both sides of the tightener so it's completely secure. You're going to repeat the same process for the top of the fence. Now that we have a guide for where to put the fence posts, we can install them. There are two kinds of posts you can use, an angled steel post or heavy-duty posts. We'll show you how to install an angled steel post first. To install an angled steel post, place the post where you want it. Holding the spring-loaded post driver by its handles, use powerful vertical movements to pound the post into the ground. Now we'll install the heavy-duty posts. First, we install the post sleeves. Place a sleeve at a point along the guide wire where you want your post to be. Use a drive cap and a large hammer or mallet and drive the sleeve all the way into the ground. Now you can easily slide your post into the sleeve. The fence that we built has an access gate in it, so we'll show you how to build the frame of the gate. First, you want to assemble the top of the gate frame. Drill two 5/16" holes on either side of the spreader bar, using the holes in the corner brackets as guides. Decide where on the fence you want to put your access gate and place the spreader bar there. That way you can mark where you're going to drive in the posts. Dig holes about 20 inches deep where you've marked. Attach the brackets to the spreader bar with the provided nuts, bolts, and washers. Finish assembling the access gate frame by attaching the 9-foot post to the spreader bar. Drill holes with the 5/16" bit in the posts according to the holes in the corner bracket, and then attach the post to the bar with the provided washers, nuts, and bolts. Tighten all the nuts on the bracket. Place your completed gate frame in the holes you dug previously. Set the poles in place with quick-dry concrete, or you can use dirt and tamp them down. Make sure there are at least 88 inches of space on the inside of the frame to accommodate the gate. The last part of the fence we need to build is the access gate. Begin by laying out the pieces of the gate as shown. Connect the outside pieces together by hand. Find the center of your gate and mark it. Drill two 3/8" holes on the center bar using the pre-drilled holes in the connector as guides. Secure the connectors and middle bar with the nuts and bolts provided. Secure each corner bracket with the self-tapping screws provided. Hook the turnbuckles in the middle of the corner brackets on the top of the gate. Feed the monofilament wire through a wire clamp, then loop the wire through the corner bracket on the opposite side. Feed the wire through the wire clamp again, and make sure the wire is as tight as you can possibly make it by hand. Then tighten the wire clamp. You can tighten the turnbuckles to make the wire as taut as possible. Place the piece of fencing that you provide on top of the gate and fasten it to the gate with self-locking ties. A tie should be used every 6 to 8 inches. Trim off the excess plastic from the ties. On one side of your gate, measure 18 inches from the top and 18 inches from the bottom. This is where you'll place your gate's female hinges, which you'll secure to the gate with the nuts and bolts provided. On the exact opposite side from where the female hinges are, you'll want to place your gate latches. Make sure your latches are 18 inches from the top and 18 inches from the bottom, and make sure that the padlock hole is on the bottom of the latch. Secure the latches into place with the nuts, bolts, and washers provided. Gate frame, measure 18 inches from the top and 18 inches from the bottom and mark those places. Attach the male hinges at those points on the frame using the nuts, bolts, and washers provided. Your gate is now ready to hang. Now it's time to put up your fence. In order to keep your fence as taut as possible, you should keep it rolled up and let it feed out as you go along. Have one person holding the fence roll, stretching it as tightly as possible. The other person will attach the fencing to the posts with self-locking ties. Use a tie every 5 or 6 inches on the post. When you have your fence up, you can attach the top of it to the monofilament wire with hog rings. This gives the fence greater stability and keeps it from sagging. Secure the bottom of the fence with ground stakes. Stakes should be placed about every 5 feet along the fence line. There are 2 kinds of stakes you can use. The kinked stake is for most soils. The heavy-duty rebar stake is ideal for rocky or clay soils. Finally, you should put warning banners halfway up the fence. This lets the deer see the fence so they don't hit it. Place them on about every 5 feet along the fence.